What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, as you guys well know, yesterday was the candlelight vigil for 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham. She was brutally had her life taken out here at the hands of a gentleman named Stephen McDougal, guy with a lengthy rap sheet. And you guys know the story. I don't really want to get into it. It still bothers me, this whole situation. Today in this video, we know what happened to Audrey, and it leaves a lot of questions as to why, which we'll probably never get the answer to, but I got a couple of things in here I want to talk about. And it doesn't really apply to her, except for this one video I'm going to show you. In fact, let me show you this video. A lot of people are wondering what her cause of death was. Let me show you this video real fast. Take a look.
Now to some breaking news. Just 30 minutes ago, KHOU 11 confirmed the cause of death for 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham. According to the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office, the little girl was killed from blunt head trauma. We're still waiting for an official autopsy report, and we'll update you whenever that comes out. Meanwhile, Stephen McDougal has been charged in her death.
All right, guys, that's the sad news of the cause of death of, Audrey Cunningham. May she rest in peace. Now, regardless of how you feel about this whole situation and what questions you may have, because there have been a lot of questions swirling around this, and most of them probably won't be answered. I got questions myself that I don't want to discuss on here, but a little girl's gone, y'all. This fucking dude is a certified maniac, and you cannot tell me that nobody else knew this. Did you see what the guy said? He threw him out years ago. So this guy got a history of living off of other people. Bum shit. Lengthy arrest record going all the way back to 2005. Did you see the one camera? They made him hold his face up. He looking stupid as hell. They are grown ass children out here that are predatory on children. This guy right here, society has no place for this type of person, but they always creeping in the shadows and coming up out of the cracks when they don't think the light is on them to do what they do. Did you hear what they said? This dude took a stone and smashed the little girl's head in. Like he was Cain and Abel. It was like Cain and Abel in the Bible. And I'm going to tell you something. Those of you that don't live out here in Texas, people that are in Texas will tell you. Those overpasses, a lot of people go down there and use them as fishing spots. Down there, when the water's filling up, what they do is they have these big giant stones that they pile along the sides of these bayous. And I guess it stops the current, or it stops stuff from coming up on the land or whatever. There are some jagged rocks. It's something to do with the irrigation out here, and they're heavy, they're big. To take one of them and smash a child after you had your way with her. And I don't just hear me out, guys, seriously. I mean, it's going to sound messed up, but hear me out. Those bridges, and people out here in Texas will tell you, they're on main highways. There's no sidewalks, no nothing. So he parked his car there. A lot of times people would think a car's broke down and somebody's coming back to get it. He took a little girl, a baby, under a bridge, did whatever he wanted to do, and then smashed her head in like he was a troll. He pulled her under a bridge like a troll. What's messing with that? Book bag was still there. So had her put her book bag on and whatever, and went down there and did what he did. Video evidence told on him. On top of that, he threw her in the water with a rope, tied a rope around a rock so she would sink to hide his crime. And there are a lot of rumors swirling about, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else's name comes up in this. Now, I'm not saying they were there, but they know something. And a lot of people ain't talking that know something. Now, before I get into this, the reason why I made this video, guys, is more about him than Audrey. And the reason why, remember they said earlier in other videos, in other news articles, that there was somebody else that he had took a deal so he didn't have to be registered as an offender. Well, this girl is grown up now, and she tells her account of running into Mr. Don McDougal. Listen to this. Tell me if this don't give you chills up your spine.
Also tonight, we're taking a deeper look at the suspect's past.
A woman who was targeted by McDougal as a child is bravely coming forward to share her story tonight. She is one of several people who police say experienced violence from McDougal.
ABC 13 anchor Elisa Rivas is live to walk us through the timeline here, Elisa.
Charlie, Eric, there are so many layers to this story, starting with the case prosecutors are building now. And it's hard to fathom. Don Stephen McDougal was a family friend, a person even trusted to live in a camper behind the home Audrey shared with her father's side of the family. Despite his disturbing history, court documents don't get into what Audrey had to endure in her final moments, but they include this haunting detail. Her body was found in the water, weighted down with a rock. The rope he allegedly used was also said to be found in his SUV. McDougal's criminal history goes back more than 2 decades. Just last summer, police say he stabbed a man he did not know who was helping him jump a car battery. And tonight we are hearing also from one of McDougal's old co-workers who says McDougal attacked him when he threw him out of his home 14 years ago.
I opened the door up and told him he needed to leave, and he come at me with the knife, and I had my shotgun, and I hit him in the face with it and shut the door on him. I had no idea he was that kind of person.
McDougal was reportedly sentenced to 4 years in prison for that incident. Long before the violent attacks against adults, McDougal also pleaded guilty to enticing a child in Brazoria County back in 2007. The young victim told police he crawled into bed with her and tried to remove her pants. He did not have to register as a sex offender as part of the plea. The victim is in her 20s now, and Audrey's murder is hitting her hard. ABC 13's Luke Jones is the only reporter to talk with her about this and is live now with her story. Luke.
And you know, Elisa, she says what happened to Audrey could have easily happened to her. I mean, total shock when she saw Don McDougal's face pop up in online posts. And tonight she says she wants to be Audrey's voice and a voice for other children in similar situations.
I'll never forget his face after that.
Carissa Davis would like nothing more than to forget Don McDougal's face.
I know he's a nasty man.
And what he did to her one night in 2007 when she was 10 years old. She was at her uncle's Brazoria County house for a family gathering. McDougal's sisters were family friends.
And he came into the room that me and my cousin were sleeping in.
Davis says McDougal yanked her cousin from their bed, then got into bed with her.
Tried to take down my pants, and I immediately jumped up at that moment. I remember looking at him and saying, "Do you know how old I am?"
Davis raced for the door with McDougal in tow.
He grabbed me, and when he did, I just swung my arm and I hit him.
But now that he's been charged with Audrey Cunningham's murder, she can't help but wonder what would have happened had she not been able to fight back.
And everybody was still asleep. I mean, my uncle's backyard was woods. I mean, it could have been me.
McDougal pleaded guilty to enticing a child and was sentenced to 2 years in prison, but got credit for almost 1.5 years served. Notably, he wasn't required to register as a sex offender and went on to face numerous other charges.
I think Brazoria County definitely failed me and failed Audrey, and possibly more.
All right, guys, that's a little bit of background and criminal history of this piece of shit, Don Stephen McDougal. This guy should have been put out of his misery a long time ago, and you know what I'm talking about. This guy is dog shit. He is. That girl's in her 20s. Said this happened in the early, the mid 2000s. She was young. He gonna pull the kid out the bed at a sleepover. Kid's having fun. He's scoping the whole damn day. What'd he do? Pull the kid out the bed, jump in the bed, try to take the girl's drawers down. Grown ass man in his 20s. Heard what she said? I looked him in his face and said, do you know how old I am? Kids even know that stuff is wrong. That girl said she was young, wasn't even into her own yet. And here a man trying to force himself on her. Hell, forcing yourself on a woman, period, hurts. I know it got to hurt. Can you imagine a child not even developed? And here you are trying to wreck her cage. That right there, you can't fix. None of this stuff you can fix. Acts of cruelty need the cruelest punishments possible. Life is not fair, and it's not fair to victims, so the punishment shouldn't be no different. All of this diplomatic way of handling people and locking them up, this motherfucker been locked up 1,000 times. It ain't helped him. Ain't helped him. I was at the vigil the other day, and the father didn't speak. I don't even know if he was there, guys. And I was thinking, why would the father not be there and the mother was there? Then, as you know, I spoke with the media and a lot of facts came out, which I will not discuss on here. Part of me thinks that because he's the one that brought the equation and the common sense questions that would have been asked with him bringing this man into the equation, letting him live on his property and stuff, it wouldn't look good. So he didn't come. And that's up to him. But I mean, when you ask the right questions and the answers seem wrong, something's not adding up. You seen this guy was an idiot. Had to. This guy's a certified fuck up. And this guy, you can't tell me you didn't see anything in him that showed he should be around your kid. You ain't know nothing about him? Something ain't right. Something ain't right with it. He living in that raggedy trailer. That girl probably jumping up and down on that trampoline out there. He scoping. Can't tell me you didn't have this planned. Couldn't tell me you didn't have this planned. Did you see the young lady talking? She said she saw his face and immediately it flashed her back. Did you see her talking and crying? Did you see the horror on her face? Just coming back because the after effect of her getting away was somebody else losing their life. She said it was nothing but woods back there where I was at. He could have snatched her out there and did whatever he wanted to do to her. And it went through her head and it broke her. That's a horrifying feeling to have you escape the clutches of somebody only to see what they're capable of if you hadn't have got away. This dude right here need to be fried in fish grease or chopped up on the spot. It's nobody else's problem that you can't get your shit right. Man, there are people out here, man, that they'll see a young girl and or they have like a cute girlish trait, or like they might be growing, and you say, you know what, when she grows up, she's gonna be a pretty girl. Some people just can't wait, get their hands on her. This guy lived in a trailer behind your home, and you cannot tell me you didn't know something was wrong with this fucking dude, let alone his record, if he was your friend. Think about that. If something's not adding up, I'm gonna tell you, everybody's a snake. That's why you got to keep your grass cut. When you see them when they coming, you can heat their ass up. That ain't me, that's the Locks, but that's a real ass lyric right there. And it's true. Your grass was cut, but you had overgrowth right next to your fucking house. And his name was Don Stephen McDougal. And of course, your daughter, you're like, that snake is bit your daughter. Now, whether it's your fault or not, she did not deserve that. I was out there yesterday. I seen all types of people out there, and we all had the same look on our face like, damn, this is messed up. This guy didn't care about none of that. He didn't care about the after effects. He just wanted what he wanted. Now we need to give him what he need to get. This guy's a troll. And I'm not talking about an internet one. This is a real live troll. Snatch that baby up under that damn bridge and do that to her. You son of a fucking... Man, like, I mean, this stuff is stupid. This is... I can't get it out of my head. I can't. You were supposed to take her to school so she can go and get an education. Probably was a good student, like you should have been. Just because your life is fucked up, don't mean you gotta fuck somebody else's life up. And that's the thing. What kind of people are we, a nation, that we don't even protect our own children or the elderly, for that matter? Like I said, may Audrey Cunningham rest in peace. And I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Just because a guy is a good friend of you with a checkered past, don't mean that past is behind him. And damn sure don't mean you need to be around your fucking kids. Because a lot of stuff men do rub off on children, whether they girls or boys. You got to be cognizant of that. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.